Hey guys, I'm coming to you with this quick video. This video is just gonna be about basically where are the French people today? The old French, the original French, the swarthy French, the people descendants of the Gallo-Roman, the Franks, the Normans, and the Umayyad Caliphates, aka the Moorish people. Basically, all the old French people, or really the original French. Where are they today? Since their descendants are still here today. Now, modern French people believe that they are, right? So we type in modern French people, French. It's gonna show the modern French language. French people would show these people, and I'm not saying that they are not descended from swarthy French, but remember, invasions happened. So we're gonna make this quick. France descendants what tribes make up France today? So you have the ancient Celtic Gauls, the Latin Romans or Gallo-Romans, the Germanic Frankish, Trojan, right? Frankish people, and the Normans or the Northmen, the Norsemen. And then they're not explaining the Muslims, but there were also Umayyads or Moors who invaded France. All right, these were the Moors, North African Moors. Now the Basque, those were slaves to the swarthy French people. And then you had immigrants, which are so-called these people today. Because remember, the invaders of each land today are the majority of the people, and they rule everything. So let's go to Benjamin Franklin quote. Obviously, we're not going to read the entire quote, right? So we're going to go type Control F, swarthy. Which leads me to add one remark, that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionately very small. So he said, which leads me to add one remark. That means he had to add this to make sure we understand this clearly, that the number of purely white people in the world. So he said purely, that means pure white. I'm talking about the whitest white, not albino. That's not white, because whites also have melanin too. They always want to say blacks only got melanin. No, or Negroes, right? Whites. Everybody on this planet has melanin except for albinos. Right? But he's saying that the proportion is small because that wasn't, I don't know how to explain it, but just know that usually the superiors, I can't really say that because it's not gonna make sense as far, but just know the original human creations have always been dark skinned, no matter they had straight or dark hair. White is recessive, brown is dominant. That makes sense. So yeah, it's proportionally very small. That means that it's a less number of people of their race or their phenotype. Because remember, Koreans are white skinned, a lot of Japanese are white skinned, but they're not, Caucasus. They're not, Caucasus. They are, or not Caucasus. They're not Indo-Aryan. They are Mongoloid or Canaan, right? So all Africa is black or tawny. That that okay, the reason saying black or tawny, right? That means that the black Africans there who invaded, they're all black because they're mostly there right now. I mean, a lot of them moved over there now, but they're not the only people in Africa. Um, Asia chiefly tawny. That's not entirely true, but it means they're basically yellow. And in Europe, the Spaniards, not the Spanish, the Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally what we call a swarthy complexion, and also the Germans also. So, said the French are swarthy in this quote. All right, so we can leave this document, and now we're going to a picture. See how swarthy all Europe is? France, I think it's France is right. Yeah, France right there. Look, so now Benjamin Franklin. Now they show him as this pale man, right? But there's a German naturalist named Engelbert Kampfer who was around during that time. They depicted him as swarthy too. Look how brown his skin is. So I'm just saying, if this is a swarthy German, and this German said that the Siamese Kozapam was a Negro, right? Then that means this Benjamin Franklin is swarthy too. But just ignore that point. Back to the point of video. Benjamin Franklin said in this quote, "The French are swarthy," which means they're dark skinned. All right. So now, since we already know the French make up the Gallo-Romans, the Frankish people, aka West France, named after the Northmen or the Vikings, the Danish Vikings, and then so Umayyad Caliphates that invaded the Moors. Then they enslaved Basques from North Africa, and then you had other immigrants come in and invade and took the land, which are these people today. Let's show you who the real French people are, or swarthy French today. So, how many people speak French today? 300 million people speak French worldwide as of 2022. Now, it's probably 350 today for 2026. But, right? Making it the fifth most spoken language globally. Over 60% of daily speakers are located in what? Africa. All right. Let's go to images, see where they give a map. Okay, so we get this map. Sorry, guys. Right. It says majority of French-speaking people are in Africa. So if you see this map, majority of French comes from Africa, and you got Canada, but because it's warmer, you're gonna live in Africa. Right. So, remember, it could be in other places too. But yeah, and I'm gonna prove to you. So basically, we're gonna type in the French Empire in Africa. This is basically where all this is basically where all the French are today. And these areas, West Africa, even I don't know what I have. They don't have that down there, but yeah, French is all over West Africa and Southern Africa as well. French Empire. But here's the trick. They taught you that because it's white tea people in France that they are French. But what you don't understand is Benjamin Franklin said that the French were swarthy, and also wouldn't the group that descends from the French Empire, wouldn't they be the majority people today as well? So what I mean is the swarthy. He said majority of Europe was swarthy during that time, 1700. But now, allegedly, because there's no so-called native French black people in France, that's because the French couldn't be black or Negro. However, you have to also go by the language. It's it's you can't speak a language fluently and then not be related of the heritage, if that makes sense. And plus, there are more swarthy looking people today that speak French than pale people. All right. So now, let's type. Now we're going to look at population. We got to pull a calculator out. So calculator. So now, we're going to type France population. 69 million. So guys, there are 69 million people in France. 69 million. How many French in Canada today? 10 million people in Canada. So I don't believe it's 69 because there's a lot of swarthy French there too that are not super swarthy, but like you got Rudy Gobert. Like he's French, right? And then you got Richard Carr, what his name is? Richard. His dad. Type his dad. His dad is categorized as French, not African. But, but I would say we could make this even so it's really 40 million it's basically white people that speak French there, right? And the rest would be like the so-called yellow swarthy, like I'm talking, the mixed French. So I would say you can even put 69 million, right? So we're gonna put 69 plus what is it? Now we're gonna do Canada. Where is that? Canada. 10 million. But remember, a lot of these people have black ancestors too, or Negro ancestors, so it's still gonna be lower. So I'm gonna put 10 anyway. That's 79 million. All right. How many people? We're doing the white nations right now. Speak French in Europe. So they say 80 to 85 million people speak French. And remember, you got immigrant people too. So we can still we'll put 85, right? Oops. Sorry, I got to put plus 79. Why didn't it do it? Okay. Yeah. So that's 164 million so-called whites that speak French today. Remember, it's lower because a lot of those people have black ancestors. So 164 total whites that speak French today. Now, let's go to the Negroes that speak French today. So first, we're going to type France population of Africans. 3 to 5 million. So we're gonna go make another calculator, right? 5. Now we can do Belgium, because Belgium used to be ruled by France. Oops. They speak but it's still French. 11.9 million. Oops. Africans. So it's 300,000. We'll put 0.5. And then I would do Germany, but nah, we ain't gotta do Germany. We put nah, we can't really put English. Yeah, we can't put English. So we'll do now we'll go to Caribbean. So remember, there were French colonizing and the Caribbean, right? French colonizing. Caribbean. So, right? These are all the islands they colonized. And in America too. But we're going to focus on Caribbean right now. So what they taught you is that the black people in Haiti that speak French, they taught you that they were the they were the slaves and the whites were the colonizers. But the truth was, it's actually the opposite. The blacks were the colonizers and the white French or the white North Africans were the slaves. So, but there weren't as they didn't really have as many white slaves in Haiti as in America to the French, which are the Haitians. And then you had some French in Saint Kitts and Nevis. They were near the Black French, and then you had Black French in Jamaica, Black French, and all over the Caribbean and America. So since we got that now, we're gonna type in countries. All right. So first we're gonna do Haiti. Haiti population. Remember, they all speak French. So there's no point of asking, do they speak? 11 million. 12 million, sorry. So now, we're going to type in 12. Right? Now we're at 17.5. The goal is to get over 164. Now, what other countries they say? Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe. And the reason I didn't show the Haitian people, because we already know there's majority black. Alright? So we're going to go to Guadeloupe. Oops. I don't know how to spell this. Right? Type people. Mostly Negroes. So there's no point of trying to get all Africans. So population is 400,000. So we're going to 37.5. So we'll put plus 0.25 plus 17.5. Now we're at 17.75. Now we're gonna go to, what's the next one? Martinique. Okay. Same thing. And we're going to go ahead and just type Martinique. Mostly Negroes, right? So we're going to put 0.25 again. Or point, we can put, yeah. Where is it? We're going to put 0.375. We'll do that, yeah. Plus 0.35. That's 18.1. All right. What Caribbean countries were colonized by French? So we got Haiti, Martinique, Saint Martin. All right. Saint Martin. We're gonna type Saint Martin. Negroes, just nothing but Negroes. So we don't gotta do another. So now we're gonna type Saint Martin population. So 31,000. So about 35,000. So what is 35,000 in decimal? So that's so it's trailing to 0.0. Wouldn't that be okay? Let me do a different way. Dang. What is 35,000 over? No, yeah. What is 35,000 over? I got it wrong. What is 35,000 over 100,000 as a decimal? So it's okay. So we'll do this. So 35,000 is almost 100,000. So and that would be 100,000, which is 0.1. So 0.1 divided by 2, that's 0.05, I guess, right? Yeah. So we'll put 0.065. We'll do that. All right. So we're at this population. Now we're going to do Saint Bartholomew. Saint Bartholomew people. Okay, you got some YT people today. Pale people. Inside. Okay, they're showing YT people, so we're gonna do this now. How many population of black people in Saint, what is it, Bartholomew? So they're gonna say 10,000. So we'll put 0.002. It doesn't really matter. So it's a negative, So now we're at 18 million right now. Now, remember, we're in Caribbeans. I thought this was going to be a quick video. This might be a part 2, but we're going to try to make it faster. So, Grenada. So, it doesn't matter if the Grenada speak English today. It says they were colonized by French, so they're French. They were the French. So, and no matter, so, we'll do, Grenada population 117,000. So that's 0.1. And we already know Grenada's black. I don't mean gotta Google it. If y'all want me to, I'll Google it for y'all. Grenada people. That's a black nation, obviously. So that's what I'm saying. You don't really gotta look it up. But okay, it says Grenada, Tobago. What's that? Tobago? Is that Trinidad Tobago? Trinidad Tobago. Okay, that might be different though. Okay, Trinidad. Let me see. Colonized by what country? The Dutch, French. It says the British. So what in the world is Tobago? Okay, it says French, so we'll just do half. You could remember, if you're good at math, you understand why you could do that. So we'll do half of that. So we'll do Tobago population 60,000. So that's gonna be, what is it? So that's gonna be like, oops. That's gonna be plus 0.00. We'll put 5. So 18.2. Now we're gonna do where was it? St. Lucia. Okay. I already know that's a black nation. So St. Lucia, or Negro nation, whatever, I don't know. 140,000. So that's 0.05. Where is it? Plus 0.05. 18.3. Now we're gonna go to Tobago and parts of St. Kitts, Dominica. So St. Kitts. Said parts, but it's the Tyson surname's there, so like I think it's pretty much all. So I'm just gonna put 0.05. Well, yeah, 0.02. Alright. Now, we've gotten out of Caribbean, I believe. I think Dominica, St. Vincent. We already did that one. Okay. What do was it Tortuga? We'll look at the people first. Tortuga people. Black. All right. Yeah, it's black. Okay. All right. So Tortuga population 40,000. So plus 0.01. 18 point. All right. So Dominica. It's not Dominican Republic, but we'll do Dominica. Right. Now we'll do population. So do 0.01 plus 0.005. Now, since we got all the Caribbean islands, what we're gonna do now is, since we got all the islands, now we're gonna do how many people speak French in Jamaica today. Okay, there's no reliable stack. Okay, it says only 20%. Okay, we can't. We'll do this. How many people in Jamaica have a French surname? Okay, okay, we can't do Jamaica then. It's not enough data, but the French were in Jamaica too. All right, how many people speak French in South America? So 250,000. Okay. All right, 250,000. How many Africans speak French in South America? So we don't really gotta really include it. So we're gonna include. That's pretty much it for that. We don't really have to include that statistic. Now we just showed you all the black French people in the Americas. 18 million. 18 million. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Yeah. Okay. Now we are going to Africa. That's the largest one that speaks French. So now we're going to do what countries were colonized by the France in there. What countries in Africa were colonized by France? So first we're going to do Senegal. All right, Senegal. So look at the people of Senegal. Senegal. People. 18, yeah, so it says estimated 18 million. So that means, okay, population 18, 19, so it's 19 million. So we're gonna put plus 19. Now we're at 37 million. Now, what is it, Mali? So now we're gonna do, to get this, we're gonna put the calculator over here now. So Mali, 25 million. So plus 25 million, 62. Ivory Coast, what language they mainly speak? French. Ivory Coast language is spoken French, okay? And the population, we'll type every coast. 30, we put 30. If it's 33 of as early, so it's 33. So plus 33. 95. We hadn't even got to all Africa, and look, it's already getting close to the number 164. So now we're gonna do Niger. What languages are spoken in Niger? Sangha, Chisamic. Where is it? Ignore all the native language. That's not really native. French. Bingo. There we go. Used for administration, media, and education. Because they can speak all this stuff they want. They can't get a job. They can't make money. And be rich if they don't speak this. So, what do Niger population? 28 million. Plus 28. 123. We're so close. Mauritania. Alright. Now we're going to type population. Alright, that's something. Let's see. Mauritania people. So you got Arabs, but they got dark Arabs. So how many black people live in Mauritania? How many black people live in Mauritania? Okay. So 70% is black. Alright. I don't feel like doing it, but we gotta do it. Okay, so calculator. So what's that? What did I say? So I remember, okay. Mauritania population. So it's 5.5. So we gotta do 5.5. Oops, I did it wrong. So we gotta do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Yeah. Times 0.75. That's 400. What's that? 400. No, about 4.1 million. So we do plus 4.1. That's 127. Okay, what else? Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso people. Okay, black people. Alright. What is the population of Burkina Faso? 24.4. So 24 million. And then just to make sure, what is the most spoken language in Burkina Faso? More French. Boom. So we're going to do plus 24. 151. We're so close. Algeria. So we'll say Algeria people. How many blacks live in Algeria? So about 10% is black. What population is? What is the main language in Algeria? Okay, so we can't include Algeria, but it was colonized by the French. So but they're not mainly there anymore. But we'll do an educated estimate. So we'll say it's 5%. So we don't gotta include it. It's not even gonna matter. So um, Tunisia, Morocco, isn't it? I already know these are Arab countries. Chad. Let's do Chad. Chad people. Okay, black. Um, what language does Chad speak? French and Arabic. So we can include it. Chad population. So it's 20 million. There we go. We just surpassed it. There are more black French people than white French people. We just 171 million, and we're not even done yet. We just went past it. And remember this number, right? This number I showed you? Like, in France, right? Half of the people in France are not even really, like, pale French. A lot of them come from black French, too. So this is actually lower. So there's more. So we already just proved there's more black speaking French people than white speaking French people, and that proves Benjamin Franklin's quote about that the French are swarthy and there's more swarthy French. But let's keep going. Gabon. I don't have to look that up. I already know they. Gabon population. 2.5 million. What language do Gabon people speak? French, okay. So that's 2.5 plus 2.5. Alright. I mean, I already know Senegal. Let me see. Central African Republic, Congo, okay. Population of Central African Republic. That's a black nation, so that's gonna be plus 5.5. 179. What language does Congo speak? French. Population of Democratic Republic of the Congo. 115 million Negroes plus 115. 294 million speaking Negroes. 290 speaking French Negroes. Next. And just to prove it to you, Congo people. Look, Congolese. Look at that. Now we're gonna do population of Republic of Congo. Population of Republic of Congo. So 6.52. So plus 6.5. 300 million speaking Negro, French Negroes, black Africans. I meant black people. I meant. All right. So what's other countries? Okay. What else we got? Madagascar. Okay, but now we gotta do this different right now. How many people speak French in Nigeria? So around 300. Did France colonize Nigeria first or British? Okay, so they don't matter about Nigeria. How many people speak French in South Africa? They don't matter either. How much people speak French in Uganda? 12%. Who was Uganda colonized by? Okay, so Uganda population 50 million. So we're gonna do. Ooh, I was about to use the wrong. You know, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 million. Ooh, hey, plus 6. Hold a second, guys. Wait, no. Whatever. Hold a second, guys. Wait, they're here? Okay. Alright, guys, I'm back. So yeah. How many people speak French in Kenya? Most language speaking in France. Oops, nope. Most language speaking in Kenya. Okay, so English. What language is spoken in Madagascar? How much people speak French in Madagascar? So 4 or 5 million people, Negroes. So what's that? Plus 5. 311 Negroes speak French. How many people speak French in Ethiopia? How many people speak French in Somalia? How many people speak French in Somalia? Okay. How many people speak French in Equatorial Guinea? So 400,000 French there. Plus 0.5. How many people speak French in Djibouti? Okay, so put 0.5. We don't have to look at nation. We already know they're black. How many people speak French in Gambia? But okay, hold up. Gambia. Okay, who colonized Gambia? Yeah, but they also they look like the Senegalese people. So we'll do 20%. So Gambia population 2.9 million. So we'll say 0.5 because they speak English. So we'll do 1 million. Yeah. See, if you're good at math, you can do this. If you don't, you don't want to really do this. What is the How many people speak French in Liberia? Low. It's okay. How many people speak French in Tanzania? Sorry. 1.5 million. We already know Zimbabwe is a Negro country. 1 point. Ooh. Can I go back? Yes, I can. Okay. How many people speak French in Zimbabwe? How many people speak French in... Okay, now we're just going to pull up the Africa map because this is getting too slow. Africa map. Angola, they speak Portuguese, so it don't matter. Ugh, this is terrible. Security check, really? Just look at a freaking map. Okay, all right. Ghana, all right. How many people speak French in Ghana? Okay, so we'll put 0.5. $315 million. How many people speak French in Mozambique? Very low. How many people speak French in Zambia? Very low, so we gotta include that. Okay, we'll do Botswana. Oh yeah, Cameroon. How many people speak French in Cameroon? Yep, I knew it. So we're gonna put 15 million plus 15. Now at 330. Woo. How many people speak French in Botswana? How many people speak French in Namibia? How many people speak French in South Africa? Okay. I think that might be it, y'all. Yep, that's probably it. Yep. We need to do the Arab country. They don't speak French. Alright, so look, guys. We just got out of Africa. We concluded that there are 330 million French-speaking black people in Africa. Right? 330 million. Well, not Africa, my bad. 330 million in the world right now, what we calculated. And before we got to Africa, we were at, I believe we were at 40 million, I think, 50. We were at 40, 50 million. We went from 40 to 50 million to 330 million. And we subtract that, that's like 290 million. That would still surpass the number of white speaking French in the world. And remember, this is not even that hot because a lot of those so-called white French have black ancestors. And that just basically we've already proved Benjamin Franklin's point. Right? And I've already showed you of where the real French people are at. They are in Africa, black people in Africa, black people in Caribbean. And, now we're going to do this one thing. What nations did the French colonize in Southeast Asia? No. What nations did the French colonize in Oceania? New Caledonia. There you go. Yep. How many people speak French in New Caledonia? 208,000. Okay. That's still 100,000. How many people speak French in Oceania? Almost a million. So you got Negroes in there. Like, bro. Alright. That's it, guys. So if you want to know where the French people at, here they are. Senegal. People. Haiti. I just showed you 330 million speaking Negroes. Now we'll do one last evidence. Who ruled the Frankish Empire? The Charlemagne dynasty find their key rulers Clovis I, Pepin the Short, Louis the Pious, who succeeded King Charlemagne, Michael Strahan, a Negro descendant of who? Of King. They don't want to sit at this school. Medieval King Charlemagne. Bingo. So, yes, the French are black. The French If you want to know where the real French, the old French, the Franks, the Romans, the Umayyad Caliphates, and the Normans, they're all in Africa. They're and also in Caribbean. Now you can also include the blacks who have French last names, like myself. Tyson's an old French last name, and then you also get other old French last names like Callaway and stuff like that in the United States. So yeah, the old French or the real French, the Negro French, are still here today. The swarthy. And that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Hiya hiya.